do acrylic nails on a client. Now, let me just tell you and put a disclaimer out there. I am not a professional nail technician. I just love doing nails. I did my research, I did my studies, and I watched videos like some of you guys do, and I learned how to create acrylic nails on my own. I've been doing this since I was like way young, and I used to as part of my hobby. So I'm gonna show you some of the stuff that I use. It's late at night, so half of the stuff that I use won't be here because, like I said, this is things that we use for like me and my daughter when we do our nails fast. But when I do it in the client, it's totally a different setup. But I'll be using the nail polish remover to remove the nail polish on my daughter's nail. You need a container. It could be glass, stainless steel like this one, or ceramic. But it can't be a container that it will melt through once you put the liquid monomer. Because I have noticed that some containers do tend to eat up, the liquid tends to eat up the container. So I'll be using liquid monomer. And I got this bottle on the nail supply store, which is $8, and it was $15, so that's what I'll be using. I'm also using another container of acrylic powder. I got another different that I use in the client. But this is from the brand AN acrylic powder, and this is in the natural mist pink. My trusty got me crazy blue to glue the nail tips. This is, I believe, a number 8 acrylic brush. I like to use the really big one, 15, but didn't have none, so I had to order this. I will be using some nail tips, and I like using the nail tips that are very flexible, but not flexible. They tend to be more natural looking rather than the other ones that are very really dark in the color, amber color, and they tend to be very difficult to buff because you gotta buff it longer, and if you're not careful, you can damage the nail bed. So I'll be using regular nail and a buffer, nail file I should say. I'll be using it's called, what is it, petal? Yeah, my petal brush to like clean off excess from the powder. What else? I'll be using my blush cleaner to dip in the brush so it won't get all grippy. So when it gets all grippy, I can clean it off and keep working with it. And I'll also be using my buffer machine, which you also have to be careful with it because if you put it too high, and you're gonna damage the nail bed. So you want it basically like what I do in my head. I count to like 5, and that's how fast I have it. And you can work with the nail, and you won't damage the nail bed. So if you're using this, then you gotta be very careful. If you're not familiar with this, then I suggest you get a nail file, probably a 120, 180, which is soft on one side, 180 on the other. But again, you have to be careful when you buffing the nail, because if not, you will end up damaging the nail bed. So, and you might be wondering, what is this? I ran out of napkin, guys, so don't laugh, don't judge me. I use a pad, and that's only to clean my brush and to take out the excess liquid as I apply the acrylic. So that's the things that I'll be using, so let me show you the next step.